Hello team, welcome to another ATP Geopolitics video of myself, Jonathan at MS Piss. This is Ukraine War News Update, breaking news update. I was going to report this last night, but I ran out of time. The warlord of Chechnya, Ramzan Kadyrov, appears to be in the midst of resigning. He's requested to Putin that he can resign. There have been these long-running health issues that he has been suffering from. He ended up murdering his doctor at one point, and I'd reported previously that he might have actually passed away. He sort of disappeared, and then he came back, but clearly very ill. I think he's had liver issues, and his health has been very, very fragile, I think. And so, when he disappeared and there were rumors that he had died, they were pretty plausible because we all knew he had health issues. Anyway, just a few days ago, this is one source saying Ramzan Kadyrov is now barely able to speak. His latest public appearance clearly shows that the health of the Kremlin's puppet is steadily declining. Interestingly, this time he wasn't driving the car himself, something he usually insists on doing. Okay, so we heard then that Ramzan Kadyrov is asking for permission to leave his position, according to Russian media. Talking to journalists, he commented on the rumors of resignation, says Anton Gerashenko. Quote from Kadyrov: "I've heard these rumors too. They write all sorts of things. On the contrary, I am asking to be relieved of my post. The other will have their own initiatives, their own vision. I hope that my request will be supported." Either, as rumored, says Gerashenko, he does have health issues, or he is afraid to repeat the fate of Prigozhin, or it's just a show. We'll see soon enough. I mean, he's definitely got health issues. There's no doubt about that. So Newsweek reported then 8 hours ago that Kadyrov asks Putin to be relieved of his duties. The head of the Chechen Republic, Ramzan Kadyrov, said he's asked to be relieved of my post amid rumors of ill health that will soon force him out of office. Kadyrov, 48, was appointed to the position by Russian President Putin in 2007 following the assassination of his father, Ahmad Kadyrov, 3 years earlier. And his father changed sides in the Chechen war that led to, so basically Chechen war was against Russia, Second Chechen war turned out, and then Warlord Ahmad Kadyrov changed sides, and then that allowed the Russians to prevail, and essentially Ahmad Kadyrov and then his son to be warlords, really, of Chechnya. Kadyrov is now preparing his 17-year-old son Adam to be his successor, according to the report from Novaya Gazeta Europe. Quote, "I also heard these rumors. They write all sorts of different things," Kadyrov said in response to the report in the government-run Chechnya Today reported. "On the contrary, I myself have to ask to be relieved of my post, as we heard earlier. The other will have his own initiatives, his own vision. I hope that my request will be supported." He later walked back his comments in a post on his Telegram channel. "Many did not understand the meaning of my words about resignation. I do not decide whether I will remain in the position of the head of the Chechen Republic or not. Yes, I can ask or suggest, but no matter how much I say, no matter how much I ask, such a decision is made by only one person, our Supreme Commander-in-Chief, President of Russia, Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin. I am an infantryman. I'm a team person. If there is an order, I carry it out." Kadyrov had previously said he would leave the position at the helm of Muslim-majority Republic only to stay on, and then in 2017 he was asked in a television interview if he would consider resigning, to which he replied, "It is possible to say that it is my dream. Once there was a need for people like me to fight to put things in order," Kadyrov told Russia 1. Reuters reported, "Now we have order and prosperity. The time has come for changes in the Chechen Republic." And what he did is he put his daughter in as deputy prime minister. I think that was her role. His son, 17-year-old son, was in charge of security services at that young age, right? He gave him the Hero of Chechnya award after awarding it to himself, as I have said a number of times. That's why I'm legend in the multiverse. It's clearly true. So he gave himself that award, gave his son the award the next year, and then promoted him to positions to which a 17-year-old shouldn't be in. And it's all about laying up a legacy. He has to have some kind of succession. So his authoritarian rule keeps a tight grip on Chechnya, within which there are pro-independence rebels and Islamist extremists, and human rights groups accuse the authorities of various abuses, including torture and extrajudicial killings. Before Putin appointed him, Kadyrov led his father's militia, his paramilitary force known as a Kadyrovsky, has supplied troops for the Russian war on Ukraine, as well as in Syria when Moscow was propping up the Assad regime. Beyond military contributions, Kadyrov has positioned himself as a key player in Russia's relations with the Muslim world. He has advocated for introducing Islamic banking in Russia and has been involved in diplomatic efforts in the Middle East, leveraging his religious and cultural ties to bolster Russia's influence in the region. So it looks like he's on the way out. What this will say about Russia, the Russian Federation, Putin's hold on the region, I don't know. It depends whether there will be any fights. He has been trying very hard, as I say, to place people in the right positions, including people like Aldanov, So here it is, Apti Aldanov. He was, I think, potentially someone who could, I think, lead Chechnya. He's been made a sort of high-ranking military leader, and then other people. He's been very careful to put the right people, as far as he's concerned, in the right places. But of course, upon resignation and possibly upon his death, you might see a frantic case, a case of a frantic competition for power, really, in the vacuum that would get left. But while he's still alive, I guess he can try and manipulate a situation where his succession is better organized and implemented, and maybe that could give it a better chance of surviving in the event of his death, if indeed he's at all close to that. $10 German analyst says Kadyrov requested from Putin his resignation as the head of the Republic of Chechnya. This is an earthquake within Russia's political system. Kadyrov is an ardent Putin loyalist and an important pillar of Putin's rule. So probably nobody who holds as much power in the Russian world as Kadyrov, except for Putin. His resignation probably caused, due to his deteriorating health situation, could cause a major chain reaction in Russia. Many in the Russian media sphere and Russia altogether are almost entirely holding their breath. Russia is entering uncharted waters. Yep, okay, it could well be that serious. We'll have to wait and see. What is the the result of this is that there will be no more of these sorts of films. And there are a number of these. I've shown you a couple over the course of my reporting on the war in Ukraine. Here is one that I hadn't actually seen. This is, imagine like Rishi Sunak or Keir Starmer in the UK making a film like this. Absolutely incredible. And this is, kind of in all seriousness. There was one was more like no kind of narrative, but more of him running on this sort of gravelled ground, firing guns and just running in slow motion while cars are driving around him, and it's just hilarious. So sad that there'll be very few of those due to his deteriorated health. But anyway, that is the news coming out from Chechnya. We'll have to keep a close eye on that to see how things evolve there, politically speaking.